I'm not going to really beat myself up over making these mistakes because I feel these mistakes are stuff that I'm supposed to do. Right? So I'm gonna go ahead and check out all the mistakes that I've been making and see if we can correct them on the fly as he addresses them.
If you have a channel with less than 1,000 subscribers, there are certain
do.
things you should never do, because if you keep doing these things, you'll never grow. So in this video, I'm going to share the 5 things you're probably doing right now that need to stop immediately. Let's get into it. All right, so the very first thing on this list of what not to do is this. Never assume that viewers are watching your videos for you, because they aren't. And this is why you should never start a video by talking about yourself or talking about your channel.
So if people are making multiple videos, or better yet, people are making videos of the same topic, right? You are essentially watching them for their views. Am I wrong? Because one person might see one way and another person might see it another way, and that's pretty much what you're watching for. Am I wrong? Because I know for a fact I've seen two of the people whose channels that I watch on the regular, and I'm really just I'm watching them, period, but I'm watching because I want to hear both of their point of views on the same subject.
And let me explain why. Because unless you're already someone who is well known or well respected, or unless you're some sort of
And we are not up there yet. We are not known. Sad to say, we're not well respected. I just got called corny on one of the videos. Go ahead and hunt through all of my videos so you can see which one they call me corny on. It is what it is.
like super hot female model, I can guarantee that literally nobody is clicking on your videos because they want to see you specifically. Now, what you need to understand is that when someone opens up YouTube,
I think he's trying to hurt people's feelings.
they are usually looking to either be entertained, to be taught something, or because they want some sort of information. Like, these are the 3 main types of value on YouTube: entertainment, education, and information. So this means when your video appears in their homepage or on their recommended tabs for the very first time, they have absolutely no idea who you are, and more importantly, they have no reason to care about you yet either. Literally, the only thing that matters to those viewers in that exact moment is what they think they'll gain from watching your video if they decide to click on it. So there has to be a value proposition in every video you make. And what I mean is, you need to consider, are you just entertaining them? Are you teaching them something specific, like how to make good lighting, or are you giving them information? This is why your title and thumbnail are so important.
I try and do a combination of entertaining and information. Throw it down in the comments whether or not if you agree with that.
Because they're essentially making a promise about what value the viewer will get from your video if they click on it. And that promise of value is literally the only reason someone will click on your video. Trust me. So every video you make from now on should answer one simple question: what will my viewers gain from watching this video? And your answer to that question must be related to your title and thumbnail. And if your viewers ever can't immediately see what value is in it for them, they will just leave your video. So just bear that in mind. Now, the second thing you should never do is ask people to subscribe to your channel within the first 60 seconds or so of any video. Now, look, time and time again, I see people do their introduction and then straight away they're like, oh, be sure to hit that subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up.
All of my videos, I've tried not to do that. I try to at least wait to the end. I might flash up on the screen, like, subscribes, and comments and whatnot. But there's a reason, well, at least I think it's a reason for that. For one, we're just starting out as new YouTubers, right? We don't have the following like the big channels. So there's already a fight to hold retention, right? So even if I look at my analytics, right, it shows you how the viewers watch it and, you know, the drop rate of how many people basically stop watching, but it shows that you don't hold the viewers' retention. Like they don't make it all the way to the end of the video. So if I know my viewers are not going to make it all the way to the end of the video, and they mainly sit at the front, then my best odds for getting or asking for a sub would be at the front, would it not? Or at least that's how I see it. So I don't know.
Like before the video has even actually properly started. But look, this makes no sense whatsoever, because why would someone subscribe to you before they know what the video is actually about, whether it's good enough, or who you even are in the first place?
True.
Now look, I know you want as many of your viewers to subscribe to you as possible,
I
but
want all of them
asking
to
for a
subscribe.
subscription before you actually deliver any value is basically like going to a restaurant and having the waitress ask you to leave a 5-star review before they've even served you the food yet. Like,
That was a bad comparison. Because first off, you go into a restaurant, you actually have to pay your money. Granted, if you on YouTube, you you are making some type of payment, right? Because you're paying with your attention and your time. So granted, you're still paying, but at the same time, it is free. So I don't know, apples to oranges in a sense, or at least that's how it seems to me.
you wouldn't do it. And you'd probably think it was actually very cheeky of them to ask, because you haven't even tasted the food yet. But the exact same thing applies to YouTube too. Like your viewers will probably think you're cheeky for asking too before you've even given them the value they came for. So instead, you need to approach this in one of two ways. The first option is to only ask them to subscribe to you after you deliver the value they came for. Once someone has watched a large portion of your video and feels like they've gained something from your video, that is the perfect moment to ask for a subscription. But then the second option.
So would y'all feel better if I asked for a sub and a likes probably somewhere in the middle of the video? But then again, well, at least I know. I don't know how long my videos is going to be. So sometimes you might get a 30-minute video, 20-minute video. All depends. Because I might mess around and I might be watching a video that's like 5 minutes long. But then I turn around and go on a tangent for like 10, 15 minutes. So a 5-minute video then turn into a 30-minute video.
Is simply just to
Pros and
not
cons.
ask at all, and instead let your content do the work for you, which is the approach I usually prefer. So here in this option, what you really want to focus on is getting the viewer into what I call a hypnotic state, where they basically become like fully absorbed by the video and they're focused entirely on the content you're giving them. Now, when someone reaches that state, the state you're probably in right now, the most important thing here is to avoid interrupting that state by asking them to like subscribe to you, because it ruins the flow. If your content is truly good enough, they're going to subscribe to you without even thinking about it. And this is what most of the best performing creators do, because they understand that the strongest driver of subscribers is simply delivering the best possible content. And then another thing you should never do is worry that your channel may be too niche. Now, I know that at the start of your journey, it might feel like the niche your channel is in might be too specific. And because of that, you might assume that the reason you're not getting many views is simply because there aren't enough people interested in what your specific niche is. But look, in 99% of cases, that is actually not the problem. Now, the truth is, yes, super niche channels do usually take a little bit longer to grow because the audience isn't there though.
That's why I'm pretty much a mixed bag between VTubing and reaction. So reaction channels, it's a lot of them. VTubing, main ones that I know, there are like the faceless ones that have avatars. They might not be able to like move. It just be like a sticker, and then people just talk. But it's a few out there, so that's where I'm trying to put my 10 toes in.
It's actually just because the algorithm has to work a little bit harder to figure out who exactly the right viewers are for your channel. Now think of it like this. When you first start uploading, YouTube doesn't yet know which viewers are the right match for your channel. So it needs time to test your videos with different groups of people and find the right people most likely to enjoy them. So if your channel is in a super niche space, it will just naturally take the algorithm a little bit longer to find those people. And that's fine. Because once the algorithm does begin to understand who your content is for, after a while, things will start moving much faster for you. Because those super niche viewers all actually share the same traits. And the algorithm will then have a really good data profile to work from. And it will make finding the rest of those super niche viewers much, much easier. Plus, anyway, look, having channels in a really big and popular niche means you're competing with thousands and thousands of other experienced creators. And trying to compete with those experienced creators, if you have a new or a small channel, is incredibly difficult. But instead, if you actually focus on a much smaller and much more specific niche,
I think I'm gonna have a hard time just because of the fact that I really don't want to focus on too much negative type stuff. I don't know. It's just complicated.
it becomes much easier to stand out and actually eventually become one of the main voices in that space. So look, being in a super small niche is actually quite a good thing, not a bad one. So don't worry about it. Now, the next thing you should never do is publicly share your channel's main email. Now, I've seen so many people make the silly mistake of using their YouTube account email on their public profile and like channel description page, or you'll share it with brands hoping that they're going to reach out to you and collaborate with you.
Let's see. Regular page. And this is actually a link to my Discord that I started. I made by myself. Somebody could have told me that very complicated to build, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I need to go ahead and change that. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it down here so I can see if it's up. So yeah, I definitely have to change my email because it is the right one. So got me on that one. So we gotta fix that.
Algorithm a little bit longer to find those people. And the reason you do not want to do this is because your channel's email should always be super private. Like nobody ever should have access to it. Because if someone can get their hands on your channel's email address, they can potentially misuse it to cause you problems with your YouTube account. And it also makes it so much easier for someone to try and gain access to your channel if they're determined enough. And there's a lot of people out there who will be. So the solution here is very simple. You need to create a
So you definitely need to set up that two-factor authentication. That would also help, just in case.
completely separate email account just for public use. And this one will be the email you put on your about page and in your channel descriptions. That way, brands and potential sponsors can still contact you, but your actual YouTube email account stays private and secure. Because it would probably surprise you just how much of your personal information is out there floating around right now. And I'm not just talking about your name or your email. I'm even talking about phone numbers, location data, the websites you visit, and even how long you spend on each website. Now, the scary part about all of this is you probably never gave permission for most of this to be out there. But it's possible because there are hundreds of companies out there called online data brokers. And their entire business model is collecting your personal private data and selling it to advertisers, scammers, and pretty much anyone who's willing to pay for it. But that's right. So the fifth thing you should never do on a channel with less than 1,000 subscribers is copy what the big channels are doing. Instead, what you actually need to do is look at what the other small channels are doing. And let me explain.
I might say majority of the times what these gurus tell you to do is just copy other people. No lie, that's exactly what they tell you to copy other people. Copy their work ethics, put as many videos out as you can, 3 a day. Don't worry about your posting time. Just sit there and upload.
Why. Now, there are way too many YouTube growth gurus out there telling you guys to look at the big channels and basically just copy their best performing videos.
Yep.
Now, at first, this might seem like a smart strategy.
I might say there's so many. I think Mr. Beast got like what 3 people that copy him. I mean, when I say copy, I mean copy completely. They copy his thumbnail, whatever the video is about, and pretty much even his look.
But the problem here is this: what works for a channel with, let's say, 2 million subscribers will rarely ever, if not possibly never, work for a channel with only 200 subscribers. So instead, what I suggest to all of my students is this: the much smarter approach is to study all of the smaller channels in your niche and look at what works and performs well for those guys. Ignore the big guys for now. For example, if you're in the travel niche, only ever look at travel accounts in your space with less than like 10,000 subscribers or even less than 5,000 subscribers, and just pay attention to all of their best performing content instead of the big boys. And this is because if those videos worked for other small channels in your niche, it's pretty much guaranteed to work for you too. Now, for me, when I had like 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers, I actually studied channels like this guy, a guy called Jevon. I looked at his best performing video ideas and I used those ideas in my own content strategy because
I might say my strategy is basically trying to make specific, but I'm pretty sure that's what he does. He takes the content that other people already made and then just basically remakes the video with
he also
either
only
newer
had a couple of thousand
information.
subscribers at the time. So I knew that the video topics that worked for
Oh,
him had a really high chance of working for me too. I didn't even bother looking at the big channels like Ali Abdal or vidIQ at the time because I knew that the videos that worked for them aren't going to work for me. So what I would suggest is go out there, find a ton of channels with less than 10,000 subscribers and really, really study them. Then last but not least,
AKA. I don't think he meant the word study. Study is the wrong S word that he wanted you to use, but we gonna let that ride.
you should never expect the algorithm to just push your videos out for you. Unfortunately, as you probably already know by now, it's not as simple as uploading a video and then waiting for the algorithm to pick that video up and recommend it to everyone, everywhere.
But that is what everyone claims the algorithm is supposed to do. That's what everybody says. It don't matter what platform you get on. That's exactly what they say is supposed to happen. You have to give the platform time after you upload it. And once you've uploaded, the platform is going to do what it's going to do.
Instead, YouTube actually rigorously tests your videos with small groups of viewers first. And based on how those small groups of viewers respond, it will then decide whether or not your video deserves to be shown to more people or not. And the most important place where these tests happen is the YouTube home feed. Getting your videos pushed to the YouTube home feed is the best way to grow your channel and get more views, hands down, like the best way. So if you want the algorithm to start pushing your videos, what you really need to understand is how to get your content onto the home feed in the first place. And in the next video that pops up around here, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do this in 5 easy steps, even if you're a small channel.
So, in conclusion, did we make a lot of mistakes? Yes. But at the same time, I think mistakes were basically unavoidable. Like I said, small channels really get too many views. On top of not getting too many views, the retention in videos, or at least holding people's retention in the videos, is becoming a lot harder, I guess, because a lot of short form platforms basically leading the charge. I mean, you can get monetized now off of just YouTube Shorts, which is awesome. But at the same time, I actually seen a couple of videos said that if you do YouTube Shorts, that needs to be your main focus and only YouTube Shorts. So everything seemed like it's a hit and miss with this. So I'm not going to really beat myself up over making these mistakes because I feel these mistakes are stuff that I'm supposed to do, right? I'm new. I'm learning as I go. As you can see, basically just trying to get in where I fit in. But in the meantime, we made it all the way to the end. Like the man says, now would be the appropriate time, according to the guru right there, to ask for the follow, like, and shares. Comment down in the comments whether or not did any of the other ones ask for it in the first, and if so, are they big channel or a decent sized channel, I feel like shouldn't be considered a mistake, if you ask me. I'm no expert. I'm a student at the moment. We're gonna go ahead and end it there.